tell us a little bit how you guys got started, what it is that you guys do, and what you're currently doing now.
Entrepreneur extraordinaire here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Can I shake your hand and actually so I can get this on camera? Good.
This is the vision, guys.
And but this vision is 17 years old.
Yes.
And it's in Pasadena?
Maybe even longer.
Maybe longer?
Maybe even longer. But I'll let him tell you actually how we got started doing publishing a weekly newspaper,
yes.
Pasadena Journal.
Okay.
Want to talk about Pasadena Journal.
I want to talk about everything. You know, one thing that's also important is how you guys work together. That's really important. So just tell me everything that is important to you guys. We want to hear all the good stuff.
Well, I guess the most important thing is we've been married 45 years.
That's very important.
And when we got married, I had a barbershop. I was about 20 years old. That was my first business. We moved to LA. That was in Bakersfield, California. We moved to LA a few years later, where I went to law school, finished law school, started law practice. And after a few years in the law practice, I guess I'm not very good at being still. We were in Pasadena, California. They didn't have a black newspaper, and so somebody asked me why we didn't put one together, and I said okay. So we found a mentor, and the paper was born, and it's now 17 years later. The law practice is 25 years old.
So you do law, your paper, and you can cut my hair on the side if I really need it. And I can get a 20-year-old experience haircut if I really need it.
You'd have to really, really need it.
Well, now, the paper is important because, for one, it's 17 years, going on 18 strong. And that not only shows that it's important, but it's been important for many years. There's obviously struggles that go on when creating a paper. Is there any struggles you guys had that still have? Yeah. Tell us some struggles you guys are going through.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Some of the struggles that we go through, basically, by being a black newspaper, they're a little bit different from the daily newspaper, of course, because our focus is African American.
Okay.
That is our focus group. That's our target group, and that's who we want to market to.
Right.
But we need to stay in business. We have to be realistic. So what we do is we lose a lot by having that little niche part, because we want to maintain who we are, and we basically advocate for ourselves. And so then you lose some of the money that you might get in support from other, people in the community. But we choose to do that. We do business with blacks on purpose,
right.
And that's what we're about. So our paper is marketed that way. And also we're founded on Christian principles. So there are a lot of advertisements that we won't take in our paper.
Right.
So we get some flack for that. And so that's some of the struggles we're going through. Been going through and continue, because sometimes our paper also is an education. We try to educate our people.
Right.
We want our people to be more supporting, more together, and what we find is that they still will gravitate toward the daily paper and think they've made it or they've arrived when they've gotten in it, but the daily paper does not have our interest at heart, because we're the best persons to tell our own story, and that's what we're about.
And the reason why I asked about the struggle was because there's a lot of struggles that us as blacks and African Americans have is working together. And if you guys aren't getting that support from just the people in your area or even outside of the area, it's going to always be a struggle. And it's important for people to realize that's a 17-year-old struggle. And at some point, we as blacks have to stop and learn to work together. Or we're never going to break the trend that each one of us are constantly having a struggle. And you guys being in business for 17 years, understand that struggle. And being married for 45 years, that's another struggle that us as blacks need to realize. It's very difficult to do it on our own. Once we found a soulmate, we need to work through all those hard ends and make it in order to survive in business for 17 years.
That's exactly right. And you have such a great handle on that. We have 3 sons. And so this is something we try to instill in our kids, that we have to work together. We have to be about, first of all, a family, and then you carry that and translate that on into your own family. They've all given us grandchildren now, so then it's going to go generational. And you have to start, and you have to keep doing it. You can't say like some of our foreparents said, I got mine, you get yours. No. But you have to say like some of our other foreparents said, what I have, I'm going to pass on down to you. And I want you to keep it in the family. Don't give it away, sell it away, whatever. So that's one of the things we're learning. And I'm happy to say that we have come far. Because there are blacks who are where you are, and I'm glad to see them.
Well, you know what, and I have to give a lot of credit to my parents. My mother and father have been married. But how long, Mom? Forever?
23, 24 years.
Oh, more than that, and that's 40 days. Forever. Forever is the key word, forever.
Hey, if you stay married these days, it's forever. Because I can't understand it, but everybody's living together and playing the marriage or whatever you want to call it. But it's real different.
Oh, it's different. And if you saw my dad, you would wonder how they were staying married forever. But my mother and father are very strong. And even with our business, we have my mother and father, we have me and my wife, and we have our kids. 3 generations that run it. And you guys staying married, and that's a role model that your children, whether they like it or not, they see what it's like. And they might stray off. But
and our children, they know, they have sort of the entrepreneurial spirit from us. Because I have one son who then started his own silkscreen t-shirt business. And he stayed in that business for probably about 25 years or so. And then he is a self-taught musician, so he's an entertainer now.
Oh, really?
He can be seen every week at Disney, downtown Disney. On the Brother Youssef.
Okay.
So he's a musician. So he has that spirit. He will not work for someone. He will not work for someone.
Oh, I do it again and again. Because it's, you know, we're now in our later years, if you will, and looking at transferring it over to the kids. But now we can really enjoy it.
right.
You know, I read something not too long ago about thinking about our paper, our business. Somebody said black papers are sometimes small but loud, small and proud. They might want to get rid of us, but they'll have to carry us out of the shroud. We affect the lives of Pasadena primarily by positively affecting the lives of black Pasadena's. And as a consequence, you automatically affect the rest of them. They know we're there, and the whole town reacts and responds with us in mind. They don't do like they did Steve and Gina. If Gina had a black newspaper, I think one that was a fighter, then it might have been a little bit, or even if there was one near there. But as I understand,
now that there's an opening for that, I see. Well, now somebody should think about that.
In Louisiana, I understand there's only a couple of black newspapers. There's Louisiana Weekly out of New Orleans and one other one which I can't think of. But it's needed. Newspapers are our voices. Even in places where they're
What we're trying to do with Black Exchange is, because of technology in the younger generation, a lot of us, you know, before it was fax, send a mail, now these kids can communicate by text message. So we're trying to set a standard to where we don't lose that communication gap. Because your generation, they have the newspaper and you guys communicate, but now the younger kids are not reading as much. And so we're trying to get it to where the information that you guys are working on for 17, 18 years gets transferred over to this new young technology type age where they can go, okay, I'm going to read it on my iPod, or I'm going to read it on my cell phone, whatever it is, but we can't lose that important information.
That is so important, and that's why it's important for us to stay connected with young folks. I have a young woman in my office who brought us into the 23rd century. I'm going to put it further. Yes, because see, but you've gotten our newspapers electronic now.
Right.
Everything is online. You know, we're online as far as the web.
Right.
We have our newspaper online. We have e-subscriptions, and so people can read our paper online as well.
Very good. So the Black Exchange dynamic we always say support the organization. And if you don't even want to support us, send them $1. Hopefully we can get 1 million people out there to send you $1, and I don't think you guys are going to mind with that. Yeah. So thank you guys very much for coming out here. I appreciate it. You guys stay married another 45 years.
You keep up the good work, okay?